Good morning, everyone. Today is Easter Monday, April 21st, and today is the Monday recap where we basically see where we stand heading into the week because, after a 3-day weekend, we all forgot everything. So, and I'm live. Again, this is not going to be a normal occurrence, but lately I've been sleeping in, and when I work from home, I'm able to do live real quick before work, so it kind of works out. I know people have been complaining about the visual. I did change this to 1080p. The default setting was 720. So hopefully when you guys view this screen, it looks a little better. All right. So real quick, I wanted to let everyone know I do have a Discord in case you were not familiar. And feel free to join it. I'll put the link. Well, the link is in the live chat right now. It's pinned to the top of the comments. And for those of you watching after the live, I will pin it to the top of the normal comments. And if you do join, one thing to keep in mind is I will not direct message you, nor will other moderators. So if you do receive a message as soon as you join or even later on, please note that it is spam. Okay. So please block, report, delete the people who mimic myself and others. They even mimic people in other Discords that you may be in. So, just don't fall for it. Anyway, let me remove this from the screen and, get to it. So I have pre-market up. MSTR is up 3.46%. Again, this is as of 6:04 a.m. Pretty good. I mean, however, the rest of the market seems to be red. So it's kind of, it's good and it's bad. So I know, like for me, I own TSLL. TSLL it's down 7% in the pre-market. It's pretty awful. But for now, we're going to talk about MSTR, MSTY, and see how we look. All right, I got the nice view going. I got the 1080. Let's see how this goes. So let me know what the screen looks like if you guys don't mind in the live. And obviously you already confirmed the sound. I appreciate that. And of course, if you guys have any questions, please let me know in the live chat, and I will pause, and answer them as we go. All right. So good morning, and good morning. Peter, my eyes. I guess it's so clear that your eyes hurt. All right. So anyway, here's MSTY. MSTY has 4 synthetic positions. For those of you that are new, obviously there's many videos I made about YieldMax funds, but for the most part, when I say synthetic positions, just, it's a buy, call, sell, put. The point of this position is really to mimic the movement of the underlying. The underlying is MSTR in this case for MSTY. So when MSTR goes up, MSTY goes up. When MSTR goes down, MSTY goes down. And that's due to these various synthetic positions. Now, all synthetic positions come to an end, right? Because everything in these funds is an options contract. All 4 of these expire May 16th, which come up less than a month. And starting from the bottom, 260, MSTR is 22% above that. MSTR is 17% above the 270, 9% above the 290, and 3% behind the 330. All right. But if we go back to pre-market, we're approaching 330. We're at 328. So we may very well hit above 330 by 5/16. Obviously, we have plenty of time, 26 days. And we could be in for some massive synthetic income, right? So that's good stuff to look forward to. Let me just check the chat real quick. Good morning. All right. How do I buy a share of PLTY? Well, you got to get a brokerage, right? You sign up for a brokerage. And then assuming that brokerage has these funds, you just search PLTY and then you buy it, assuming you have money. Pretty straightforward, right? Bitcoin going up crazy. Should be a fun day. Yeah, hopefully it stays. ALA Appliance, happy Monday. South Korea, wow. Okay. Yeah, welcome back. I love that name, Uncle Dividends. Is that where your nieces and nephews call you? Singapore. Okay, wow. Good morning from Canada, representing everywhere. All right, so not me for you, Rod. For me, what? What was the question? How do I don't get it. I don't know. All right. Kevin's from Minnesota. All right. Yeah, everyone put where you're from. All right. So anyway, that's the synthetics. Again, they expire May 16th, and they will have to close them out on May 16th or earlier and then create new synthetic positions. All right. Makes sense? Great. Let's move on. Let's go to the weeklies tab. He wants to buy you a share of PLTY. Well, oh, oh, thank you. But I don't think you could do that. I don't know. I don't think that's even. I wish that should be a thing, though. Maybe if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be Robinhood. All right. So here's the weeklies tab. Obviously, a lot of color coding from last week. It's actually not terrible when you look at it now from this, but I'm still going to cover where we stand on the holdings tab because it is much easier. So if we go here and we look at the holdings, again, these up here, these expired last week. They will expire worthless and drop off, so we don't have to worry about those. So all we're just going to focus on is our 4 calls, 4 strike prices: 330, 335, 337.50, and 340. So we're selling calls that are 4, 5, 6, and 7% out of the money. Does not look good. Right now, obviously, I think we saw pre-market. If we go back again, it's up 3.55%. So this one, it's approaching, essentially in the money. It's very close to it. Now, obviously, if it blows through the 330, they don't have to close it right away. They can let the week progress, right? We have 5 trading days. So it's fine, right? We got time. Let things play out because, even if crypto stays green today, it doesn't mean tomorrow won't be a red bloodbath. It's just the way it's been, right? It's been trading in the 80,000 range, which means MSTR has been kind of trading in the same range that it's been. So who knows, man? But we are 4, 5, 6, and 7% out of the money. Is it safe? Who the hell knows? But right now it doesn't look good. So if we go back here to the recap, again, we talked about this on the Saturday video. Outstanding shares, they did increase the last time around. 30-day IV sits at 73.45%. How's the visual? Do we need more zoom? Let me just go to the chat real quick. Let's all have faith in the fund manager. Woohoo! Yes. Yes, we do, right? They are the experts. Outstanding shares, 128,850,000. Total net income, 44.9 mil. Total distribution, 35 cents. Daily income, 3 cents a day. Daily yield, 0.14%. And if you annualize that sucker, 50% yield. I got more zoom, and zoom is fine. And then I got another zoom is fine. But the HD, Peter, are you being sarcastic or does it actually look good? But yeah, let me know. All right, reaction. Yeah, so here's my reaction. See it? I kind of see the moon, but it's so far away, right? That's how I feel about this, right? The moon is there, but it's really, really far away. So, okay, Peter says it's really good. Thank you, Peter. That's awesome to hear. Hey, maybe StreamYard is worth it after all. You pay all this freaking money. Well, good to have the options for this HD. This probably looks even more crazy, right? 16 days until the next declaration date on May 7th. All right, payment information. Again, if you guys have questions, I know I'm not normally live. If you have questions on anything on my spreadsheet, let me know, and I'll do it. I'll go over it now. So again, right now, synthetic wise, they have a loss of 12 million. But that sucker, actually, let me see. The next declaration is 5/7. Technically, these could still be open by then. So actually, this payment, it may not be the payment that we're hoping for, right? If they let the synthetics go longer. But I have a feeling they'll close them out before this payout. You know, I don't know. That's just my opinion. But right now, 12.6 million in synthetic losses, 44.9 million in weekly income. Total net income 32.3 mil. Total income per share is 25 cents. But let's look at the weeklies. The weeklies show 35 cents per share. And if we use the Radameda, we go down here, right? All things being equal, right? Assuming they still make what they make per day, the Radamator says that will make 81 cents per share with a 50% yield. Obviously, that's pretty low. Probably not going to happen. But you know, we'll go right to the IV. The IV is 73%, and that would reflect $1.20. The last payment was $1.33. The last payment before that, $1.37, and then 202, and then 227, 308, and all the way down to 442. So, I mean, crazy. But I think we're headed up. You know, I know how all the other funds just seem to go down in payment. I think MSTY, I don't know. I'm feeling pretty good about crypto and where it's headed. I don't know. I've always liked crypto, but more and more lately, I'm just getting more into it. I don't know, just maybe whatchamacallit, MSTR got me going on it. All right, Rod singing early in the morning. Yep, thank you. 16 days left. Time flies. Yep. Good morning. Blood Moon, man, you didn't have to do that. Thank you very much. 83% of a PLTY. I think you can cover. I got my play to share. All right, Blood Moon. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Very, very kind. Yes, very nice. But yeah, like I said, guys, we are live. And I know the people watching after get annoyed. But if you guys have questions, I will pause and answer the questions. All right, so that's the payment tab. We'll go back to the holdings tab. We covered where we stand. And again, when you look at the holdings, this is all on their website, right? You just go to their website, go to yieldmax.com, blah, blah, blah. And then they have the 4 synthetics. And then, you know, that's the puts on the top. They're the ladies, no gold diggers. So that's good. And then the dudes on the bottom, right? And if we add them all together, what are they worth, right? What is this all worth? If we go all the way to the bottom, they are worth, right? If I double click this, I'm assuming I got the formulas right? Yeah, so it's picking up those 4 and then those 4, and you go down here, and then it totals 221 million. So if you take that and you divide it by the number of outstanding shares, you get $1.72. So on paper, if they cashed out, if they closed out their synthetics, they would make $1.72 per share. I know that's not, you know, crazy money, right? That's not PLTY money, but it's still good. And MSTR, again, we saw pre-market, it's up, so it's good stuff, man. But yeah, and another thing I've been noting is cash, man. Cash, 44% of the holdings is cash. It's probably a requirement. They said, you want to trade this crazy ass stock, you better hold some cash in case. I don't know, man, but that's 44% cash. We'll have to look at their percentage of the other funds and see what they're holding in cash as we go through these. All right, so the value of MSTY is 2.7 billion. The NAV is 21.22. The trade price is 21.23. And we talked about the synthetic contracts. We have a total of 84,715. By the way, yes, they do credit call spreads, which basically I call insurance in case they get blown through. It kind of backs them up a little. But 46,355 contracts have insurance, have the buy call, the long call attached to the sell call. All right, makes sense? Great. All right, now let's move on to the other funds. By the way, I did a guesstimate on Group B. So if you guys want that information, go check out the video. All right, let me get the zoomage for you guys. We got zoom, 150, I think I did. All right, let me go back to the chat and see if there's any questions. You're very welcome. You're helping the community. Am I? I don't know. If I am, I hope I am. But I don't know. Probably some people still get confused. But seriously, Blue Moon, thank you. Thank you, LA. Got to get those likes up. If you don't mind, guys, like you said, please hit the like button. It does help the video. Okay, here's a question from Yuki. In your opinion, of course, it's not financial advice. Is it better to drip MSTY into NVIDIA or YieldMax? Well, why am I only given two options? Of course, I mean, if I had to pick one, I wouldn't drip. Well, again, the word drip assumes you're dripping it back into the same fund, but I assume you want to take the distributions from MSTY and buy into either NVIDIA or YieldMax, and obviously YieldMax is more diversified, owning various funds, which unfortunately include a lot of crap in there. So NVIDIA, NVIDIA is down so much. So at this very moment, I'd have to say NVIDIA. Of course, yes, not financial advice. Do your own research, blah, 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 right? But if you're going to, hold a gun to my head, I'm going to pick NVIDIA or YieldMax at this very moment, I'd probably honestly pick NVIDIA. I was a big fan of NVIDIA, but, I eventually got to the point where I just didn't want the single stock risk with these funds. And again, I don't consider MSTY single stock. I consider Bitcoin a freaking index at this point. It's the crypto index itself. Where's the water? Oh, I got one. I got a big ass water bottle. It's not a crinkly though. Here you go. Yeah, no crinkles today. Sorry. All right, let's continue down the line here. Good morning, Joe. We came for singing. There may be a gold there. Again, I'm getting to TSLY and the others now. Only LFGY, MSTY, PLTY. The rest are Sasa. The singing, people love singing, man. Hey, I'll freaking do karaoke. I'll do a video of just karaoke, right? That'll be fun. We'll do. I'll open the Discord and we'll take turns doing karaoke. 150% is perfect. Good. Thank you for the feedback on that. Between one of the two, thank you for your. Yeah. Okay. So I answered that. Someone mentioned to invest the dividends into something like QQQI and not drip. Yeah, Blood Moon. That's up to you, man. It depends on what you're trying to do. Someone would say these funds are too risky, right? Someone would say this. Someone would say that. Everyone says something different. And by the way, in the investment community, in case you didn't know, everyone knows everything. So TSYY. I don't know. I haven't compared it. I haven't looked at it in a while compared to TSLY. But again, personally, I'd rather do options on Tesla myself. If there's going to be a Tesla option strategy, I'd rather it be just less risky, less, I'd rather they sell calls or puts way out of the money, right? Because Tesla just moves way too much. The pre-market, again, it's down 4%. Tesla's down 4% in the pre-market. And this is just a normal freaking Monday. There's so many things you could do with these dividends. Yeah. All right. Sorry. Let me continue the video for the people watching after. All right. So here's TSLY. Tesla is at 241. Their synthetic is 225. So that is not a gold digger. No singing for you. So if we look here, here's their calls. They have how many calls? They got 5. 257.50 is the lowest and 270 is the highest. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 11% out of the money. Is that safe? Well, looking at the pre-market, probably. But again, it's only Monday. The week is early. Synthetic wise, again, we talked about it's worth money. It's doing well. Sorry for the back and forth here. But their synthetic is worth 61 million, which is 54 cents per share, again, on paper. And the fund is worth 845 mil. The NAV is 741, trade price 740. 30-day IV of Tesla. Again, it's probably going to even stay high after today because apparently one of their models in the US is going to be delayed, which, whatever. I feel like that happens all the time. But yeah, of course, there's going to be a quick sell-off today because of that, I assume. And the IV estimate based on that, 41 cents. Income estimate, 14 cents. Let me go to the group's value. So if I go to the group's value, since 416, TSLY has made 15.6 million. This is with everything, like all trades. So that's pretty good, 14 cents per share. All right. Group A declares again, 23 days away, May 14th. All right. Up next is NVIDIA. So NVIDIA is at 101. They have a 95, which is check, mic check. And they have a 110, which, it's kind of far away. Is it a gold digger? 8%. I wouldn't say so. So, yeah, I mean, it has a very good chance of making money. Again, these expire May 16th. But in the meantime, we got to focus on the weeklies. These expire Friday, this freaking Friday. They're selling calls, 3 of them, 106, 107, 110, 4, 5, and 8% out of the money. Are they safe? I don't know. Let's look at NVIDIA in the pre-market, right? So if I go here to MSTR, like I search NVIDIA, right? NVDA. And NVIDIA pre-market shows it's down 2.94%. It's at 98.41. So, yeah, it's looking good. But again, it's only freaking Monday. So we don't know. And I haven't even looked at who has earnings this week, if any of these funds have earnings. So I probably should have did that. Let me know in the comments if any of these funds that I cover have earnings, and I could pull it up. Okay, let me finish through NVIDIA and NVIDIA, then I'll go to the comments. So NVIDIA has the NVIDIA fund is 1.2 billion. The NAV is 1414, trade price 1411. Synthetic bailouts in the negative, so nothing much to talk about there. 30-day IV is 54%. IV estimate is 60 cents. Income estimate 0. Nothing yet. Group D wait, 0. That's not right. Because they had a debit, so I didn't even bother trying to calculate their number. That's why, because yeah, they didn't make money. Group B declares Wednesday, but yeah, I did their guesstimate video, which I posted yesterday, so go check that out. But yeah, they declare April 23rd. Up next is AMZY, but again, like I said, I'll go to the comments. Here's from Hair of the Teviskad. Do you like Roundhill and Defiance for weekly dividends? IWMY, QQQY, DTE, RDT. Yeah. I mean, I own all these in my dividend car account. I do like the weeklies. In a separate account, though, again, I treat that account as a bill pay account, an income account, income generating account, pay me weekly. Basically, it's like someone else in the family working, right? It's like someone else in the family having a part-time job. So I buy almost all the weeklies, and what they do, they pay me weekly, and about 50% of that income goes towards the bills. But the other 50% gets reinvested. So that's kind of how I'm working all the weekly funds. Good morning, Local Rocks. Good morning, Vladi. Good morning, Alex. All right, we got about 105 online. Like I said before, obviously I'm making the same old video, but if you guys have questions, I will pause and answer those questions as we go. All right, so AMZY, AMZY, which again, kind of on the chopping block, maybe dropped at some point because they don't care as much. I mean, the people that even have AMZY probably don't even care because they know it's safe. They don't really need to cover it. But so, yeah, I don't know. But for now, I'll still cover it. Amazon's at 172.61. They have a synthetic 190. And that is 10% away. It expires May 16th. Is it safe? I mean, it's debatable. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a gold digger. I think it could catch up. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. You guys decide. Is this a gold digger? Who knows? Anyway, they have two calls. They have a 182.50 and a 185, 5 and 7% out of the money. Oh, by the way, we're supposed to look at the cash. Yeah, see, they only hold 0.23% in AMZY. What do they hold in NVIDIA? 2.15%. And then this was Tesla's negative. They're still negative from paying their distribution. But yeah, so that's a little interesting. But yeah, anyway, 182.50 and 185, 5 and 7%. All right, so the value of this fund is 222 mil. The NAV 1445, trade price 1447. Synthetics in the negative. So again, not much to talk about there. 30-day IV 46%. IV estimate is 52 cents. Income estimate 22 cents. And yeah, they're part of Group D. They declare in 16 days, May 7th. Okay, moving on to CONY. All right, coin has a price of 175. They have three synthetics, a 160, a 160, a 160, a 185, and a 220. Is the 220 a gold digger? Oh my God, it's 25% away. Let's see what the dude has, right? Pull up the girl wants 98 mil. The dude has 5 mil. Oh my God. You take my money when I'm in need. Yeah, she's a trifling friend in need. Oh, she's a gold digger. Way over town. That dig on me. Oh, I need something to bang. I don't want to break up the connection here. But yeah, man. Why am I singing Gold Digger? Look, man. Look. Pink is the girl. Orange is the dude. The dude has 5 mil to his name. The girl wants 98 mil. That's a gold digger right there, not 220. And it expires May 16th. So she probably taking our money. These other two, nah. We can afford her, and we could possibly afford her in the end. But we'll see, man. After today, things may change. We may not be singing tomorrow. We'll see. Again, we didn't look at coin pre-market. Maybe we can, right? Why the hell not? We got a different setup today. We can do whatever we want. All right, so coin. Here we go. How we looking? It's up 1.31%. That's okay, I guess, right? All right, so let's go back. All right, so 3 calls, 182.50, 185, 187.50, 4, 5, and 7% out of the money. I mean, I wouldn't say that's safe, but who the hell knows, man? We got 5 trading days. All right, the value of the CONY fund is 935 mil. The NAV is 732, trade price 731. Synthetic value, well, we sang gold digger, so you can imagine it's in the negative. And 30-day IV is 71%. IV estimate is 40 cents. Group C declares on April 30th, 9 days away. It's coming up. It's a coming. All right, SMCY. What are they doing? They are, well, they have a synthetic 35. SMCI is at 31. I wouldn't say that's, a given. I mean, it's still 11% away, but they could catch up to that very easily because SMCI moves fast. But we'll see. We'll see. SMCI they have 3 covered calls on SMCI: 33.50, 34.50, and 36, 6, 9, and 14% out of the money. However, the largest position is the lowest strike price at 33.50. So of course, yes, in danger, absolutely. But again, we don't know. SMCI, it's nuts. They hold 3% cash, in case you're wondering. The value of the fund is 116 mil. The NAV is 1778. Trade price 1772. Synthetics in the negative. 30-day IV is 95%. IV estimate 131. Income estimate not so much. Group D declares 16 days away on May 7th. All right. So last but not least, P to the L to the T to the Y. PLTY. 93.78 is the price of Palantir, PLTR. PLTY has a synthetic 80, so that's making bank, bro. I want to make bank. I want to get ass. All right, we got selling calls here at 97, 98, 105. They got 3, 4, and 11% out of the money. Are they good? Are they good? Yes, because 20,000, the largest position has a 105, 11.96% out of the money. So yeah, that's a good spot to be in. Doesn't mean it's safe necessarily, but it's a pretty damn good spot to be in. The value of the PLTY fund is 209 mil. The NAV is 59.31. Trade price 59.45. Synthetic bailout, bank. Like we said, bank, bro. 888 on paper. 30-day IV, 89.57%. IV estimate, 410. Income estimate, 472. I mean, I gave him $5. I'll tell you that right now. You don't have to watch the video. I told you $5. My guesstimate is $5. Is it going to be more? Is it going to be less? I don't know. But they're paying $5 because they can. Because they can. Look at the price. They launched at 50. They're at 59. They're paying $5. There's no way they're not. Anyway, Group B declares. Yeah, they don't declare tomorrow. This is screwed up. They declare on the 23rd. So let me fix that for you. No problem. I got you. 2 days away. All right. Great. Wonderful. Yippee-ki-yay. All right. So that's the funds. It's, group's value. Again, what we'll talk about that later. But basically, I'm just tracking how much they make in between each declaration date. So, and it helps for, the guesstimates, because obviously Dips made a lot of money. They made 304. GDXY made 192 per share. Marrow made 89 cents per share. Murney made 17 cents per share. PLTY, this is a loss, unfortunately, a loss of 472, but you get the drift. All right, so now it's time to flip to my options trading journey, if you guys want. So let's get to that. All right. So wait, I got a question. Can you pick your top 5 YieldMax? I mean, let's see here. Let's go here. Right. There's MSTY, and then there's everyone else, right? Now MSTY, and then NVIDIA for sure. Those are the top 2, right? And then I'm a big fan of Phoebe. I'm a big fan of MSTY, so those are definitely in there. So outside of that, I guess I'd have to pick a number 5. Now, I don't know. Do we count feet and 5e? Because again, I don't own these, but I really think it's interesting, and I kind of like the 5e, the hybrid one, right? So if I can pick that, I'd pick that. But if I couldn't, I'd probably go with like maybe the Microsoft or the gold. I always say I like the gold one, and I never buy it either. But to me, technically, it's not really an individual underlying risk. It's gold, right? It's its own index as well. You can consider gold. So GDXY is up there. So hopefully that helps. I don't know, but who the hell cares what I think? Timothy says, "Hey, my grandkids took my money." Yeah, man, it's expensive weekend. Like every weekend, man. Freaking, when you have kids, grandkids, it just never ends. It never ends. All right, let's go to options. How we looking? Well, let me get my zoom in. 150, right? 150. Boom. All right. So for those of you that missed my options video, my options update, I do it. Well, now I do it during the daily video, but I sold a put on MSTY. Expiration date May 2nd. That is the Friday before declaration. $20 strike price. And yeah, I got 50 cents for it. And MSTR is up, which means MSTY's going to go up, which means I could pay to close it sooner than later if I wanted to. But will I do that? I don't know. I don't know. Right? So if I go, I have my other screen up too. Let me shrink this a little because I do like I know people will complain, but hey, it is what it is, right? Make some room there. Then bring this over. This is where I trade options, thinkorswim. I know you guys, it's not going to be, I can't zoom on this thing, but let me just see if MSTY prices anything in. Yeah, so definitely not. It shows 62 cents. Yeah, so there's my MSTY play. I got 50 to open it. It's actually worth more now. But again, as we go up in price, this number is going to go down, which means I could do a buy to close. Say it goes down to like, you know, well, today it's so far out from expiration, but like today it could go to like 45 cents or some, I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, that's MSTY. And the point of this is I don't care if I get assigned, because if I get another 100 shares, great. Then I get more distributions. And because this is the only fund that I own in the wheel strategy that's not like one of the regular trading funds. It's a buy and hold fund. All right, let me check the chat real quick. Again, we are at 36 minutes. Probably going to go about an hour if you guys want. All right, good morning. TNA still hanging around. Appreciate it. Kieran, always appreciate Kieran. But yeah, but like I said, for the 131 of you, whether you're listening or not, since I'm live, I will pull up questions if you have them, especially if you have options questions. All right, so here's TSLL. I have 4 open trades, 2 calls, 2 puts. First, we'll look at the calls, a 10 and a 12. All right, so I sold a call 10 and 11. Actually, before I even do that, Tesla or TSLL pre-market, it's down. Where's the, there you go. Yeah, see, it's down 7.3%. So it's at 711. Pretty brutal, actually. So obviously, since I'm selling calls at 10 and 12, since it's going down, these will be cheaper. Right now they're showing 14 and 15, right? Again, let's just check for the hell of it. Does it show pre-market prices? I mean, it shows pretty cheap, but I don't know. So I don't. Again, you guys probably can't see this, and so there's probably no point. But what I'm pointing at is the options, how much it's going to cost to close them, because if you sell calls on something, and that something goes down in price, that call is less valuable. So you could just pay to close it out, right? And then just in case it blows up again, you could, sell more calls that same week. So that's something I could do, or I could just let this expire to April 25th and, sell calls the next week. I also have 2 puts. Of course, selling puts when TSLL is going down like it is not a good thing. Luckily I went way out of the money. I went 28 and 30% out of the money. So I have a $5 and a $6 strike. So if you look here, it's at $7. So yeah, freaking, it's approaching. It's approaching these prices. But again, I would like to think it's not going to hit that price. But at this rate, who the hell knows? So yeah, what's going to happen? Do I want these to get assigned? To be honest, no, I don't. I don't want any assignment from any of these at this point. But I do want to make money. And that's the goal. So if I have to roll these, I may, or, I could decide to take assignment. But keep in mind, I got a lot of assignment. I got 900 shares of TSLL. And it all started with a $22 strike. And then I thought I was smart. Oh, let me average down 21, 19, 19 again, then 18, 17, 16, 12, even the 11. Like, it seems so far away. So my average cost basis is god awful. It's 722. However, since I do own 900 shares, what I do, I'm just going to sell calls. Not on all of them at once. Obviously, that's super risky. But typically 2, 3, 4, whatever it takes. So, again, we'll see how it goes. That's how I'm playing TSLL. I got the shares to sell calls, and I got some cash to sell puts. So, hopefully, the market sell-off that we just went through won't happen again. But if it does, we got to figure it out, man. We all got to figure it out. All right, let me go through some comments before I get to the next fund. Let's see. Timothy, is there an actual options play to receive premium without selling shares? FYI, nothing about options trading. FYI, know nothing about it. Without selling share. No, I mean, if you want to receive premium, you have to be the seller. So, or obviously, as a speculative play, you could buy call, buy put, and you only make money if something were to happen. When you're the seller, you always get the premium, right? But if you don't want to sell the shares, you could be a buyer in the aspect, but you need, you need something to happen the right way, or else you're going to be SOL. But yeah, if you have shares of something and you want to sell calls and you don't want to get assigned, that's when you do the low delta under 0.2. That's what they say, or even under 0.1. But basically, what that means is you're going way out of the money, so it's less risk of getting assigned. But yeah, LA kind of answered your question as well. But yeah, it depends. Like Timothy, what fund do you own? And how many shares do you own of that fund that you'd be willing to sell covered calls on? All right, let's continue here. NVDX. It goes on, man. It goes on. NVDX is in the red. Again, it's on the left. You guys probably can't see, but it's down 6%. Good God. I mean, it's at 598. So my calls are actually safe. Wait, oh no, my $7 expired worthless. So I only have a $6 call, and that one is actually safe now. However, I decided I'm going to be brave and sell a put, and my put is now in danger because NVDX is at 598. I know I said I was getting out of this one, but I was like, you know what? While I'm here, I might as well just sell a put because I'm selling a call. I think they call this a strangle or something. You sell a call and a put, same strike, same expiration, whatever. Strangle the hell out of it. Give me some premium. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Again, this is selling a put on $6 strike. It's $600. It's all fun and it's all fun and games until they reverse split, of course. So hopefully they don't do that. Hopefully NVIDIA actually recovers at some point. All right, checking back to the comments. Here we go. All right. Let me see if there's Blood Moon with a question. Is the premium predetermined by the amount of time out and the percentage off the strike, or does the buyer really chooses it? So it's whatever the buyer is willing to pay you, right? So if you're selling a call, like here, I sold a call, $6 strike, paid 20 cents per share, but that's because there's a buyer on the other end willing to pay that, right? But yes, it is based on how much time value, how far out the expiration goes, and it is based on how far out of the money you go. So, if you go way out in expiration, that, it's going to pay a little more money. But if you go way out of the money, it's going to pay a little less money, right? So it depends on the combination of what you're willing to do on how much premium you'd get. And it's also, of course, based on implied volatility of the fund, which is why I always talk about that in the video. MMM, is that your favorite stock? You used to buy a few shares at a time of these funds and sell them as they went up. What happened to that? Is not that more profitable than options? Well, I did a couple different. I did that on the leverage funds at first. That was like a swing trading. I don't know if you're talking about that, or I did say on CONY and a few others, I said I was going to buy at the low and just sell it when it comes back up. I don't know. I can't be playing that game anymore because it does, take time, and it makes it even more risky. So I'm trying to really, in this account, focus on options and learn more as I go. But all right, so good morning, loving the live. That's good, thank you. Yes, fun stuff. Two guns to you, showing up with the big guns, $20. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Awesome. Blood Moon. Explain. All right, that's good. All right, any follow-up questions, let me know. All right, so that was NVDX. Let me go right to TNA. So TNA, I have a put and I have a call. And so I sold a put for $18 strike price last week. So again, the danger is if TNA goes below 18 by 425, I will have to buy 100 shares at 18 bucks, or I could just continue, or I could just roll it and roll it and roll it as long as I can. TNA is currently at, well, I'll give you a visual. Let me go. Marketwatch.com, of course. I feel like they should sponsor my channel. What do you think? I should ask them. TNA is down 2.62% in the pre-market. Of course, everything's down except freaking crypto, it seems. It's at 21.93. So if we go over here, that's still very far away from my 18. So I would like to consider that safe, right? But how much did I collect for this? I collected 19 cents per share, or $19, because again, it's 19 cents per share, 100 shares per contract. So I collected $19 for that. We'll find out if it was worth it, right? And then I sold a call on TNA. TNA, I chose a $25 strike price. And obviously, I do not want TNA to go above 25. It's heading in the downward direction. So that sold call looks to be safe. And again, it could be cheaper to close. And again, out of curiosity, does the pre-market, someone asked me this the other day, and I don't know the answer. I didn't know the answer, and I still don't. But it cost me, or I got 30 cents per share credit for that. So if I go here and I go to TNA, see the call. See, right now it shows 0.285. I would think that would go down. So when it opens, I would think this is going to go down in price. So no, I do not think options is priced in the pre-market. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think it is. All right, so let's go back to the chat and see what kind of fun we're having here. Off to dinner. Wow. Good stuff, man. So I guess it's late near you. Good morning, Mono. Yes, they did. Thank you very much for asking. The little one's getting his cast off today, or at least I hope. Yeah, Monday fun day. All right. We know LA loves his coffee. All right. So what else? Any questions, guys? Any questions? So that's for my options. That's pretty much it. Nothing else. Again, my goal in the end, this probably looks good in HD, is to trade these three suckers, of course, plus TSLY, because I have to. I love it. But these are triple leveraged indexed ETFs, right? They move 3x what the index does. TNA is 3x Russell. UPRO is 3x S&P. TQQQ is 3x NASDAQ. Look at the implied volatility. 90% for TNA, 81% for UPRO, and 88% for TQQQ. Again, the reason I was not trading these in the beginning, well, number one, I was playing like a complete degenerate, to be honest. Number two is they were very expensive, and I was using the 10 contract rule. But the 10 contract rule was to protect me because I was playing aggressively. So since I'm going to stop being as aggressive, I don't need that 10 contract rule. I could play a little safer with the indexes because they don't move as much as some of the, the individuals. Although even though it's a 3x index, it won't move as much as some of the 2x individual underlyings, if that makes sense. But yeah. All right. So you're welcome, C Car Guy. Let's see. Do you make more money trading your own options or investing in YieldMax? Well, overall, I'd like to think yes. Capital plus income, but like income wise, YieldMax, they always, owning MSTY, obviously I get paid, a lot because they pay out a lot. They yield a lot. But lately, YieldMax is paying more. Because why? Because my options, I have to trade safely. I have, because I'm a bag holder on nearly every fund, so I'm selling calls way out of the money. So my premium, it's not as attractive. It's not, it's not yielding over 100% as often, right? So, if ever. So right now, YieldMax is, but normally I'd like to think I could still do better because, again, I'm watching my own account overall, and I'm not locked into a prospectus per se, right? They are, so it's a little different. Not saying I'm a better trader than them. Clearly, I'm not. These people have the experience, but they have a strategy and they have to stick with it. I can switch and do whatever the hell I want whenever the hell I want. That's the difference. And that's why everyone should at least, look into and learn options so they can understand it, kind of how it works and everything. All right. So here's Chill and Kill. Nice name. YieldMax seems like option for people who don't have the time to trade. Covered calls seems ideal to maximize profits, plus safer because you own the underlying stock. Well, I don't know what do you mean by safer, right? Since you own the underlying, you hold the risk. Like if that stock goes down, right, you're holding that same risk versus, selling puts, right? Same issue, right? So, but yeah, I agree. YieldMax is mainly for the people who don't have the time to trade, but I do both because I would be comfortable trading some of it with this money and then some I'll have them do it. I don't know. That's at least how I feel. But when I'm retired, will I do everything on my own? Maybe. I don't know. When Moon, yeah, man, brother AB. When Moon, I'd love to know that. I would have thought today we get a nice screen pop, but man, no. Well, crypto is, but not everything else. How is option income taxed? Yeah, ordinary income, unfortunately. It is what it is. Not tax advice, right? As they say. But yeah. Let's go. In Rod We Trust, Z-Dubs. Are you the guy on Reddit who posts that in Rod We Trust picture? If you are, that's awesome. And thank you. I love it. But yeah, so that's my options update. And yeah, I don't know. That's it. I got nothing else. Again, we go back to the pre-market here. TNA still looking red as of 6:52. I don't know. What else should I pull up? Yeah, everything else is kind of blah. All right, so I guess we will end it here unless you guys have any questions. But of course, as always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you were entertained. If not, we will try again tomorrow. All right. Tomorrow I probably won't be live. But we'll see. I slept in today was half the problem. So I figured I'd just go do a quickie, right? Even though it's been 53 minutes. But yeah, thanks, LA. By the way, you guys got to check out LA Appliance. He's going not live, but he's doing a premiere 7:30 a.m. If you want to learn how to fix a Maytag, he's your man, right? There he is, the Maytag, right? He fixes everything, fridges, mainly washers. He gets a lot of washers, but if you're interested in that kind of stuff, I am, because I'm not handy. And I like to think I'm learning something. But yeah, check out his channel. But yeah, what else? Old Man Willie says, yeah, go buy PLTY. Yeah, man, I'll buy something. Yeah, thanks again, Blue Moon. Nurse says, thank you. No, thank you. I try, man. Love those old Maytags. So easy. Yeah, I like Maytag. I don't know, although what the hell do I know, right? All right. If you guys enjoy this content, please hit the like button. It goes a long way. And if you have any questions or concerns, leave them down below. Let me know what you think of the live time. Again, 6 a.m. If I go live, 6 a.m. is the time. But how do you want to be informed? I think I did it through the Discord, but I don't know. I don't really know in advance though. It's kind of last minute, but maybe I don't know. I'll try to let you guys know if I know in advance. But yeah, that's all I got. So yeah, I don't want to forget the keyword actually. So since you guys are still here, 135 of you, someone's got to give me a keyword. The first keyword I like is that's the keyword. That's kind of how the live streams have been working. But what does that mean? That means if you made it this far in the video you want to prove it, you gotta say the keyword. All right, sorry, obnoxious, I know. Keyword today. What is the freaking keyword? Oh, I see Maytag. I'm gonna go with Maytag. All right, Maytag it is. All right, is that your favorite washer? Is it your favorite dryer? I don't know, but if you like Maytags, go check out LA Appliance today. He's fixing a freaking Maytag. It looks like an old one too, but today's keyword is Maytag. So if you made it this far in the video and you would like to prove it to me and others, you have to type in Maytag down below. And you also have to watch the Maytag video. That's a requirement. All right, I'm out of here. Time to go to work. Well, I'm not really going very far, but I'm switching computers and working. And, let's get through today and go from there. All right. Thank you all for watching. And I hope everyone has a great day. And special thanks to Blood Moon and Two Guns. I do greatly appreciate you guys sending a 50 and a 20. Again, huge thank you. You didn't have to do that, but it means a lot. All right. Thank you very much. Have a great day, all. I will see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. You're only a day away.